Hello everyone, it is Tuesday, March 22nd, 2022. Of course, tomorrow is New Comic Book Day, and I wasn't able to do a video last week for last week's comics, so I'm going to show you those here. I also get a lot of questions as it relates to my next Arkham garage sale and what type of books we're going to get. And if you remember, I had bought that small 3-box collection. And I'm going to show a few of the books that are kind of in there to kind of give you an idea of what type of books you're going to find from that collection in there. And then, as you know, I had mentioned that there were 3 more books out for grading with CBCS that were sent by a friend of mine to get done. And it kind of falls under the personal collection and some of the things that we have discussed on this channel about how books that have a sentimental value or older books that you're trying to preserve are the ones that you should get encapsulated. All 3 of the books that I got back right here are books that fall under that category, and I get a lot of questions about that. So let's jump right into the books, shall we? First book up, this is from last week's, of course. This is Faithless number 3, book number 2. This was the erotic cover. There's that. The problem I have with those covers is, of course, they come in a poly bag, and once you remove them from the poly bag, they are always spine tick damage. So, it's a hit and miss thing, so it's always been a miss. Next up, the last book you'll ever read, number 6, same thing. The, polybagged adult variant right there. And this story is actually pretty good. A homage cover, which is the Shadow Man, of course, the famous Shining, Here's Johnny, cover. There's that right there. A book that we talked about on this channel of a hot pick. This is from Image. This is Slumber. Number 1, cover A, and cover B. Another book we mentioned on this channel. This book's a little smaller than a normal sized comic book, but I am looking forward to reading it. This is also from Behemoth Comics. This is Heavy Metal Drummer. This is from Black Caravan. This is going to be a 5-part storyline, Pentagram of Horror, My Own Hell. I haven't read any of this yet, but again, kind of falls under the categories that we love here on this channel, so I am definitely looking forward to reading this. House of Slaughter number 4. Book we mentioned on this, 2 books actually, the next 2 books we've mentioned on this channel, both from Black Caravan. First one, Rad Wraith, right here. And Playthings number 1, both from Black Caravan. So there was a couple of Black Caravan pickups there. Black Caravan, they use really nice quality paper, and they've been coming out with some really cool storylines, and they have been very, very limited. And that's what I picked up. No DC, no Marvel, all independent. Not a huge haul last week, but some really nice independent books that I think are really going to do something. A couple of cover purchases on there. So there was that. A couple weeks ago, I showed a collection I bought, 3 short boxes for $500. And I decided to, I'm putting those books together for my big Arkham sale, Arkham garage sale, Saturday, April 2nd, 2022, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. First time it's going to be on a Saturday. I'm getting a lot of positive comments, a lot of, feedback on it. So I'm anticipating a pretty nice day of, comic buy-in and talking and hanging out and just having a good time. So this is kind of the stuff that was in that short box. Not every book was, total trash. There was a lot of books that aren't going to have a lot of value, but there were some books that are going to be decent. Lower grade, like we talked about, nothing in high grade, but nice lower grade books at a good price. Here's a few of the books I'll show. The price is already on it, actually. Fantastic Four 232. This is a pretty nice book. The Champions, number 7. Again, just, fillers. Everybody wants the keys, but no one can ever find the fillers, and I've been doing a really good job of getting filler books here. Here is an Action Comics number 363. How about a $1 Iron Man number 97? Bernie Wrightson, Tomb of Dracula, number 43 for $3. Again, you know, the prices are, are equal to what the grade is and the issues that might appear on the book. If a book is detached or there's a marble stamp missing or a coupon cut out, that will be depicted on the back of the book like that, so you know. If it's not, it just means that, you know, it's just a low-grade book. This next one, Captain America 105. This was an interesting book. I graded this a 4.0. This has, the centerfold is detached of it, but there is never a top staple placed. So the book is complete. There is a, you know, it's complete except for the centerfold detached from the bottom staple, which means it's detached. So it's a 4.0, but this book was in really, really nice condition other than the fact that it got detached at the centerfold. And this book is like 10 bucks. Not a bad book. It's a nice early Captain America. Really, really pleasing to the eye. So I'm sure that will sell very quickly. Here's another one. Here's another cool book. This is a Silver Surfer number 9 right here. And unfortunately with this one, you can see it's detached right there at the top staple only. That's all it is. Lower grade, 3.0, but a really nice looking book. Early Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer always has a really large following. So overall, I'm pretty happy with that. Here is an Aquaman 27. Again, there is a market for books like this. You know, filler books that people can get at a cheap price. Here is an Aquaman 49. Aquaman 19. Again, very, very affordable books that would look great in any condition, any collection. Here's a Action Comics 372. And here is a Daredevil 143. Kind of a mixed match of, you know, 12-cent or quarter books, 50-cent books, 15-cent books, 20-cent books. But, you know, you sat there and, you know, you bring $50, $60, you're going to walk out with some really nice books, and you'll be real happy with it if you're just looking for reader copies. So that kind of gives you the idea of what it was in those boxes and what's going to be available at the Arkham garage sale. And so I hope you come on out and talk and have fun and bring me a Dr. Pepper, and, you know, we'll talk comics and everything, you know, under the sun. So I also had told everybody that we had a buddy of mine, Rob, Red Hood Comics, had sent in 3 books for me, 1, 2, 3, to get them graded. All these books have a significant meaning to me. Well, 2 of them have significant meanings to me. And then one of them was a gift, as you remember, from a friend of mine, Barney. And it's going to be a PC collection, which I was very touched that he did that for me. And we're going to do that one. We'll do that one first, actually. First book up. As you know, we are a huge fan of Bernie Wrightson on this channel. We love Bernie Wrightson. A friend of mine, Barney, came in here, and he was like, hey, you know what? I got this for you. You do a lot. I appreciate it. I know you're kind of going through a difficult time with some things, and I wanted you just to have this. This is a House of Secrets number 92, signed by Bernie Wrightson, graded 2.5. It didn't matter what the grade was because I could care less what the grade is. This is just something that means a lot to me because I am a tremendous Bernie Wrightson fan. I had the honor of meeting Bernie on several occasions, including shortly before his passing, which was a tremendous loss. But there's that book right there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love this book and will never go anywhere. Next book up. This is the first Golden Age book I'd ever bought. This is a Steve Canyon number 6, first appearance of a character named Madam Lynx. And this was something that means a lot to me because this particular issue was one that, you know, my grandfather helped me purchase way back in 1979, which was my first real deep dive into a comic book collection. and into a comic book collecting, which was my first big purchase. I think this book, when I originally had bought it back in the day, the original one was $28. So this is Steve Canyon, issue number 6, last issue of the series, and it came back a 8.0. Really, really nice book. Off-white to white pages. But again, it's from 1948, so what do you expect from 1948? And the House of Secrets book came back white pages, which really surprised me. A book in that type of condition that came back with white pages. And finally, this, as you know, we love the vampires and the monsters and everything. This is Adventure into Fear, or just Fear, number 24. This is the famous Morbius Blade cover, issue number 24, Morbius Blade cover. This was the first vampire book I'd ever purchased, and I was like, you know what, I love this cover. And this came back, drum roll, 9.6. Really, really nice. And white pages, 9.6 white pages. Really, really high grade book, or high grade copy of this book here. Not a whole lot of 9.6s out there. I think the CBCS site showed maybe 4, I think it was, and none graded higher. There was no 9.8s. So, and this had a very little spine tick. Right where the finger is, you can kind of see the little spine tick right there. That's what kept it from being a 9.8, because this book is absolutely flawless. There's nothing wrong with that book. So there is that. So those are the books there. Now, I got a lot of questions as it relates to some of the graded books I've been showing. I did some just based off of, customers asking me to send books in. But books like this that have a significance, or something like this that, is in low grade, and you want to preserve it the best you can, or something from, the 40s, which I've shown other books from the 40s I've had graded over the years. Those are because you want to keep them protected and in that condition for as long as possible until the day comes where you're going to have to change out the book into a new case. And ultimately, that has to happen with everybody. A lot of people don't realize that. These cases, just because you put them in there, doesn't mean they're going to last forever. You're ultimately going to have to get more cases. Now, if you're asking about some of those other books I had done, besides like the Something's Killing the Children, the Silks, things like that, here is, sorry about that. Where'd they go? Where is they? Sorry, that's what we got. Here we go. I've shown these before. I know a lot of people like them, but these are other books that, you would try to get graded like that. Here is Boy Comics, number 24 from 1945. Of course, came back as 6.0. These were not pressed or cleaned. These just came right out of my collection and into the grading company. These were from CGC. Here is a Crack Comics number 42 from 1946, 8.5, one of the highest graded versions of this book out there. And I'm sure that if it was pressed and cleaned, it would probably bump up another grade, probably a 9 to 9.2. Jumbo Comics number 122 from 1949, 6.0. And one of my favorite books of all time, this is Early Simon and Kirby Cover and Art. This is Headline Comics number 25 from 1947. Again, another book that was never pressed and cleaned, which you could probably bump, a grade and a half on if you did that. But I'm happy with how they are. There's that right there. Awesome cover on that. And again, books like this are the books that if you're going to get something graded, that's what you want to get graded. I had done, some more recent books at the request. The first, Jane Foster was 4. The Spider-Gwen book, just things like that. The Miles Morales second print. And those all came back, 9.8s. These came back very, very strong. An 8.0 on any book from the 40s is a really nice book. So there's that. And Costa, it's not an expensive book. It's just the fact that it brings tremendous happy memories to me. And I just wanted to have that preserved because these books here are going to sit back there. I'm going to do some changes in the office and you're going to see those in the background. So there was that. Again, I'm not a huge grading guy. I don't believe in grading a lot of the more recent books, but vintage books like this, high keys, books that you want to preserve, or just things that you like for your personal collection, not trying to flip, you want to get those to look nice in a case, go ahead. But again, I prefer CBCS, like a lot of people are, because I think the case is a much more superior model. So there was that. Again, I'm going to mention it one more time. We are having our big Arkham garage sale Saturday, April 2nd from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Again, you can go to, you can go to the Instagram site, Arkham Garage Comics, and you can get the information there. But I'm also going to put the information in the notes here on this video with the address and phone number where you can contact me when you arrive, and the garage will open. So there was that. So as always, I hope you liked the video, but as always, if you didn't, nothing I can do for you. Have a great, great day. Happy hunting. I will see you in a few days with a video for this week's books, but until then, see you soon.